What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. We've got a great video for you guys today. I'm gonna go over the 10 things I wish I knew before I started driving for Uber and Lyft. Before we jump into this video, we want to give a quick shout out to Buckle. Buckle is the best form of rideshare insurance, hands down. Now, what I love so much about Buckle is I can combine my normal policy with my rideshare policy. Something I wasn't always able to do that I lost a lot of money on. They have incredible rates. They're gonna cover you in any type of incident. And on top of that, guys, you can get 20 bucks just for getting a free quote by using our link in the description below. So check it out. Let's jump into this video. All right, the number one thing I wish I knew is that full-time isn't worth it. Back in the day, it was awesome, and when I first started, I had an incredible time driving full-time. I was making $2,000 a week sometimes, and I could almost always make $1,500 a week with the Lyft Power Drive bonus and some of the stuff that only the old school OGs know about. But very quickly, that became not the case, and I kept hanging around, hoping that the money would get better, and it just didn't for so long, and I stayed driving full-time for way too long. Number two, probably the biggest mistake I made was thinking that like downtown areas would always be popping or like super busy. Even if they are, those are usually very quick rides. You can get in a lot of traffic, and a lot of times you can wait way longer for a ride than you would want to. Number three is busy doesn't mean you're making more money. Hashtag college areas. A lot of times you can be giving back-to-back rides and you're making $3 a pop on each of them. Sometimes, even though they're quicker rides, quote unquote, they can still end up taking an hour. And so if you give 3 rides in an hour where you make $3 a pop and no one tips, you made $10 an hour, and it was probably very annoying driving with some, cheap clientele. So you've got to learn to like cater to the right areas and be in the right areas. Number 4 is a dash cam is necessary. I avoided having a dash cam for so long just because I didn't want to spend the money on it and write it off. But there was a lot of scenarios where I really wish I'd had one, and I think more than anything, dash cams are just good preventative measures. When people see those, they're not going to want to do anything risky, and it's just nice knowing that if you get into an accident, you can prove whether hopefully you're in the right. Number 5 is I don't have to talk all the time. I say this because I literally got a bad rating once for talking too much. And this is a point I harp on a lot. You don't have to have these amazing conversation skills all the time. A lot of times people just don't want to talk. They just want a quiet ride. Don't force conversations. Number 6 is track everything, and I mean everything. Anything you spend, you should be tracking. Number 7 is use a second phone. This one was a game changer for me, just buying a cheap iPhone and using that exclusively for Uber and Lyft. That's definitely going to I think for me the biggest thing was I couldn't stand if I had texts and calls coming in on my main phone while I had the Uber app up. A lot of times a phone call would take the navigation off the screen, and I just got sick of always having to like silence the calls, pull the app back up. I liked having the second phone and keeping everything separate. It was also nice because I kept the music apps on there too, and if people wanted to change the music, I felt fine just like letting them do that. If they were in the front seat, then I can kind of monitor it. In the back seat, that's risky. Then they could get on your app, download all, or take all your money. Alrighty, number 8 is don't be afraid to cancel. I literally used to take every single ride that came in. Do not be afraid to cancel. It's okay to cancel. Don't go too crazy with it, but there's certain scenarios where you should cancel. Number 9 is don't be afraid to tell someone to leave your vehicle. Another thing that I was way too passive about, if someone's being ridiculous, pull over at a safe location, tell them to get out of your car. It's just not worth it, and people need to respect you to some degree. And lastly, number 10 is third-party apps will make you more money, and they're a game changer. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Definitely check out Buckle, guys. You're gonna get 20 bucks for getting a free quote, and this is incredible rideshare insurance, which you need to have. I probably should have put that on this list because I didn't have rideshare insurance when I started. I got in an accident and I was in a very bad situation because of it. So thank you guys again. Check all that out and stay tuned for more updates.